at their own 26. A first carry now for the rookie from SC. It's Ronald Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Dalton sets up play action. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47.
Hey, get ready for something coming left. Hey. Here you go, 368.
Dalton here from the gun. Open man, there is Malone. And he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
We're good. 2 by 2. Move.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 34. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
We're good. 368.
Play action here with Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there at 22. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. A give to Jones. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down, Dalton. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. He just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
7:34.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Carnell on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gordon. And the first play will be a field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He gets this one to Boyd. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. The give is to Jones. Got some real estate inside the 30. And down to the 16-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tahir Whitehead. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Following the penalty, Lynch. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Andrew Brown there on the stop.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Got some space here, and he gets this one all the way up to the 24. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here's Dalton under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Play action now. Dalton. Dancing under pressure again, and down he goes again. Mario Edwards in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Airing one out for Boyd. And he Can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And taken right at the 35. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights. Blitz coming, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
93. Get set. 93.
From the gun, it's Carr. Letting one go deep for Roberts. It's caught inside the 25. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. On 3rd down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. 41 yards. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Steps away. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. He completes it to Bryant. And he coughed it up. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Regular. 36. Heavy.
So a designed run last play, now Dalton to pass. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd down. Third down from the gun. Dalton to the left side here for Eifert. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's taken on the 25. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Throwing on first down is Carr. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Vontaze Burfict. Coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. On second down, here's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
6:37.
On third and long, it's Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on fourth. So we've reached an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengal offense now with the football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here you go, 368.
Dalton, first and 10. And he floats one there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Josh Malone. And it's second down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And the man to bring him down was Cyrus Jones.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
368!
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. This is fielded at the 27. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. Forced out to his left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Malone. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 down, 4 down. Watch 8. Over here, yes. There you go, 368. Hey. Heavy.
Snap came at 1. Now here's Dalton. Going deep for Eifert. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bernard. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Ronald Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Switzer now to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They begin the drive with Coleman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He'll return it from the 6. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. Again, it's Jones. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Over here.
4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down.
49, check 49, check 49. Good.
Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56. Bring it. Bring it. Check, 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 check.
Hey, 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 hey.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Coming to you, coming to you.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Underneath, this is Bernard. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Carr to throw on 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route out.
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a give to Jones running left. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Good. Heavy, heavy, heavy.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, 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 hey. 2 by 2. Move. Side. There you go. 368. Side.
Banjo.
Heavy.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. This is fielded at the 7. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And now here come the Raiders. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this one. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. William Jackson with a pick. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
On 1st down, Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Carl Lawson in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. To throw on 2nd down, Carr. And the pressure gets to him again. Geno Atkins in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, Carr. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Open man is Switzer complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Carr now on 1st down. He'll get this one to Switzer. There he goes right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
29.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go! White, 90! White, 90!
Check 15, check 15. Check 99, check 99. He's moving, boys, moving.
And some room to roam now. Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Giovanni Bernard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on the 24.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Carr going underneath. It's Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr drops it off for Coleman. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
7:34.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
The Raiders try it on. 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bengals will get the football back. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now Dalton. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Over here.
Four down. Alert. Bang, 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 bang.
Hey. Move. Yeah, watch this. Hey.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
2 by 2. Move.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here's Darkwa. No gain on the play there, second down. They had the box stacked. That run was going nowhere from the start.
And when you say stacked, you really mean it, don't you? Because when you're talking about a 46 defense, commonly known as the Bear defense, you're covering up the guys inside, and you're allowing other people to get in there close to the line of scrimmage, usually an 8-man front. That's difficult to block for an offense. On that play, the defense won in a big way. No gain at all.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Cincinnati, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.